What's up, food lovers? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're tackling a true giant, a titan of taste, the one and only triple cheeseburger. Forget those drive-through disappointments. We're building this masterpiece from scratch, and I promise you, once you've had it this way, there's no going back. We're talking 3 perfectly seared, juicy beef patties, cascades of gloriously melted cheese, and all the fixings, stacked high on a toasted bun. It's the burger dreams are made of. So, roll up your sleeves, get your appetite ready, and let's get cooking. First things first, let's talk about our star player, the beef. The secret to an amazing burger is all in the meat. You want to go for ground beef with a good fat content, ideally an 80-20th blend. That 20% fat is crucial, it's not the enemy. It's what renders down during cooking, keeping your patties incredibly moist and flavorful. A lean beef will just give you a dry, crumbly burger, and nobody wants that. For our triple, we'll need about 1.5 pounds of this good stuff. This will give us 3 generous half-pound patties. Yeah, we're not messing around today. Let's portion out our beef. Divide your 1.5 pounds of ground beef into 3 equal sections. Just eyeball it. They don't have to be perfectly identical. Now, here's a pro tip. Handle the meat as little as possible. The more you work it, the tougher your burger will be. We want a tender, melt-in-your-mouth texture. Gently form each portion into a loose ball. Then flatten it into a patty that's about 1/2 inch thick and slightly wider than your burger buns. They'll shrink a bit as they cook. Once you've formed your patties, make a small indent in the center of each one with your thumb. This little trick helps prevent them from puffing up into a meatball shape in the pan, ensuring they stay nice and flat for even cooking and perfect stacking. Now, for the seasoning. We're keeping it classic and simple to let that beefy flavor shine. Generously season both sides of your patties with coarse sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. Don't be shy here. The salt will help create that amazing dark brown crust we're looking for. You can do this right before they hit the pan. If you salt them too far in advance, it can start to draw out moisture. So, form, indent, season, and you're ready for the heat. Let's talk about the cooking vessel. My weapon of choice is a cast iron skillet. Nothing gives you a better sear or a more even crust. If you don't have one, a heavy-bottomed stainless steel pan will work just fine. Get your skillet over medium-high heat. You want it screaming hot before the patties even think about touching it. Add a tiny drizzle of a high smoke point oil like canola or grapeseed oil, just enough to coat the bottom. Time for the magic. Carefully place your patties in the hot skillet. You should hear an immediate, aggressive sizzle. That's the sound of deliciousness being created. Don't overcrowd the pan. Cook them in batches if you need to. We're going to sear them for about 3 to 4 minutes on the first side. The most important rule right now is, do not touch them. Don't press them down with a spatula. Don't move them around. Just let them be. Let that beautiful crust form. This is where all the flavor is developed. After 3 to 4 minutes, you'll see the edges starting to brown and the crust forming. Now, it's time to flip. Use a sturdy spatula to get under the patty and flip it over. Look at that gorgeous, deep brown crust. That's exactly what we want. Immediately after flipping, it's cheese time. We're going with classic American cheese slices. Why? Because they melt like an absolute dream, creating that smooth, gooey blanket of cheesy goodness that a burger like this demands. For a triple cheeseburger, we need a triple threat of cheese. Place 2 slices on each patty, slightly overlapping them. Now, for another key step to get that perfect melt, add about 1 tablespoon of water to the pan away from the patties. And immediately cover the skillet with a lid or a metal bowl. This creates a steam bath that will perfectly melt the cheese over the patties in about 30 seconds to a minute. It's a game-changing technique. Once the cheese is beautifully gooey and melted, your patties are done. Remove them from the pan and let them rest on a plate while we prepare our buns. A great burger deserves a great bun. We're using classic brioche buns today. They're soft, a little sweet, and sturdy enough to hold up to our monster burger. Don't you dare serve this on a cold, sad bun from the bag. We need to toast them. All that beautiful beef, fat left in the skillet, that's liquid gold. Place your buns, cut side down, right into that skillet. toast them for about a minute until they re-golden brown and have soaked up some of that incredible flavor. This not only adds taste and texture, but also helps create a barrier, so your bun doesn't get soggy from the burger juices and sauces. Now, the grand finale, the assembly. This is where our architectural skills come into play. Let's start with our toasted bottom bun. First layer. Sauce. You can use whatever. You love ketchup, mustard, mayo. I'm making a quick, classic burger sauce, just equal parts mayo, ketchup, and a little relish for some tongue. Spread a generous layer on that bottom bun. Next, add some crunch and freshness. A few thin slices of red onion and some crisp pickles. Now, for the main event, place your first cheesy patty on top. Then, the second cheesy patty. And finally, crown it with the third. Look at that tower of power. On top of the last patty, add some fresh, crisp iceberg, lettuce and a ripe tomato. Slice. Spread a little more of your burger sauce on the toasted top bun and gently place it on top to complete our masterpiece. You might need a skewer to hold this behemoth together, and there's no shame in that. And there you have it. The ultimate homemade triple cheeseburger. A symphony of juicy beef, melted cheese, and fresh toppings, all hugged by a perfectly toasted brioche bun. This isn't just a meal, it's an experience. The textures, the flavors, it's absolute perfection. You can see the juices running down the side. The only thing left to do is figure out how to take the first bite. Thank you so much for joining me in the kitchen today to build this epic burger. I hope you give it a try. If you do, let me know how it turns out in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next delicious adventure. Until next, happy cooking!